Hey everybody, welcome back to World of Warships with Shank. This is my best down-to-the-wire game ever. And you'll see why at the very last second, because it literally comes down to that last second. And I almost had a heart attack at the very end of this round, and you'll see why. Because it became so close that you won't even understand how we won. Well, I saved the game, basically. But we'll get into that when you see it. So we're on Solomon Islands. Domination mode. Tier 6s. 4 through 6. I'm in the Gremyashchy Premium Destroyer. Tier 5. Russian Destroyer. Soviet Destroyer, whatever you want to say. Or call it. And this is the first 5.1 update video. I just updated to 5.1 like an hour ago. And this is only like my third round in World of Warships since the update. Excuse me. So they're calling for people to go to sea. I know these destroyers because you can see there's 4 destroyers. There's 4 destroyers on their team, along with all these cruisers and 2 battleships, which they, I guess they put the limit in. So you're only supposed to see 2 battleships per team now, but it didn't work on our team, of course. I think that's only because the guy was divisioned up. But there's a destroyer in here, at least one, dropping torpedoes to try and hit him. New sound effects for everything. The range has been upgraded on this ship to 8-kilometer torpedoes that do 62 knots, I think. It won't show me in the replays, but they're way longer range and way faster than they used to be. I think they're actually they might be the same speed, but the range is farther than they used to be. Alright, so now there's 2 destroyers in there. I'm only going half speed to try and keep my vision in there. I'm gonna power back up here, get around the corner and spin back around, start shooting at those guys with the guns. If you ever watch Jingle's videos, he always talks about people seem to forget when they're in destroyers that they actually have guns that they can use. Not me, I'll shoot my guns if I can shoot my guns, but the problem is on this, the rotation speed is horrible. They can't even keep up with your turn rate if you try and go into a high-speed turn. Undetected, the Matsuki just popped out right beside me, basically. It's only 2.8 kilometers, I'm going to try and drop torps into him. Unfortunately, he's going slow and he's turning. He just hit me in the rear pretty good. But luckily enough, his guns are horrible. Even more horrible than mine, pretty much. But he saw my torps coming and avoided them, because he was going way slower than me. I'm trying to keep my guns on him. Trying to get a torpedo solution, but he's too far back. These guns just don't rotate. Okay, so his guns are actually turned. He just took out my engine, put me on fire. Repair that. Calling for mayday, calling for other people to start shooting at this guy. Turn back to the left to keep my guns so I don't have to rotate them all the way around. He just smoked. He's disappearing in that crap. Oh, there he is. Smoke's still going out. Other guy missed his torpedoes. Trying it. There we go. One hit him. Set him on fire, but I think he's actually... Nope.
Torpedoes to port.
I wasn't paying enough attention.
Torpedoes direct front.
So I'm going to beach here. But luckily the power on this thing actually jumps in pretty quick. I have a good... It actually helps me get a firing solution on this guy. Incapacitated his torpedo launchers, I think. He's going too fast. My guns aren't keeping up with that. I've turned away. Gotta just pay attention. Gotta finish him off. This Akazi, I think, is going to finish him off right here. Yep. This Akazi's gun's going to finish him off. And there he goes. He's down. Alright, so I'm powering back up. Get on this. Oh, never mind. I was going to get on that Russian destroyer, but his counterpart on our team torpedoed him to death, apparently. Alright, so let's get back into B. I don't know. We already got a destroyer in B, so he's capping. I'm going to turn around and start trying to get up here and help the C point. But the Mexico pushed way too far forward. He's on fire and getting wrecked, and he is dead. So 401, 268 at the moment. They haven't capped a point. Well, they capped a B, and we're recapping that. They're not capping C because they're all clustered up north. We got 5 ships down south, and keep an eye on that on the map because it's going to get retarded down there. As far as we can see, there's only 1 cruiser down there. There were 2 other ships, but they must be heading north because they're not on the screen. Trying to drop torpedoes towards these guys so keep them turning away from us if they come in range, because that Murmansk right there is kind of heading straight towards us. Oh, I was shooting at him, but he's the only one spotted at the moment because I'm outside their range and I can't fire my guns. If I fire my guns, I got 5 ships firing at a destroyer. That ain't gonna work. They're in there, Captain C. Can't do anything about it. Just avoided hitting the destroyed Nuremberg, I think that is. Now Karlsruhe. Waiting for my torpedoes to load. Omaha's diving out of the way there. Trying to. That Phoenix is heading right across my torpedo line right there, but it's not gonna get there. He turns in right there at the last second before it got to him. Almost got him right in the ass. But he turned inside it. And right after that it ran out of steam, so he got lucky there. Not going to fire any of these off, because I mean none of these guys are in range. They're all heading down the other side. Yep, and it looks like one of their destroyers was around the corner and sunk one of our ships as it came around, down south. Oh, killed them. Alright, so they're all clustered up right there. I'm dropping another set of torpedoes just at the edge. Going to keep my other ones in reserve to shoot at this Fuso, just in case any of these guys decide to turn to the left and come down the corner here. But it doesn't look like they're all going around the backside. Our destroyer's a dumbass. He's not trying to avoid them. He's still going sideways, and they probably see him. Yep, they must see him because I hear the freaking guns going off on that side. Yeah, he just got wrecked. He's gonna die here. They're going to avoid all his torpedoes too. Fuso's heading straight towards me. Only problem is he's juking back and forth, so I don't know where these torpedoes might get to him, might not. Omaha's shooting him with HE, I would expect. And he's turning back out to the side. You're going to watch it right here. He's going to turn away from my torpedoes. I don't know if he just turned because he was trying to get a better gun solution on the Omaha or the Nuremberg back there, but yeah, those torpedoes aren't going to hit anything. Well, since he's still in gun range, and he's firing everybody else, might as well shoot him with my guns. Get these guns back around on there. Make sure nobody's getting around the corner. The guns over there. You can see how slow these guns rotate. It's just insane. Just trying to get them on fire. You know how those destroyer guns do. Seem like getting people on fire a lot quicker than most other guns. Gremyashchy does have pretty good gun range at this point. I don't know if that's a upgrade from where it was before, because I haven't played this ship that much, but it works out pretty good because if you have battleships that are out there and you can get on the side of them or destroyers as well, you can shoot them from pretty long range without them seeing you. I mean, they probably will see you unless you've smoked out the area, but in any case, I was going to drop torpedoes in here, right here, but you can see that Nuremberg's coming across my path back there. And you always got to watch out for that shit, because if you don't, you're going to possibly, well, most likely torpedo your own guys. And you know how that goes if you've ever done it before. Just pain in the ass, people bitching at you, and you say sorry, didn't see you there, or you turned right in front of me, and it just turns into a big clusterfuck, so. Keep shooting my guns at this guy because I can't get the torpedoes off on him. And those are I'll go in the back. I'm just going to drop some around the corner in case he powers back up. Save the second ones around, turn back around here. Omaha's fighting that Fuso by himself, it looks like. Yep. I think he's turned around. He's going back down the edge of the island right there. Phoenix is sitting stopped in there. He's dead. Nuremberg just took him out. What is that? Yeah, Nuremberg just took him out. Got my torpedoes all still set up, but there's nobody in there. I'm going to try and recap B here. When nobody's paying attention. Fuso just took out the Omaha. And I'm kind of dyslexic when I type in here because I try and type way too fast. But you can see these guys way up in the corner here. For some reason, they just kept on going north instead of staying around by A or moving up towards B. They just started going north and just kept on going to the other edge of the map. And I said, don't hit the edge or you're fucked. And the problem is, they hit the edge. Or at least it looks like it. And you know what happens in 5.1 when you hit the edge? 75% power reduction. And screw that crap. I don't need any of that. So one of those guys probably hit the edge, got screwed, and he's about to get wrecked right here. Because you can see 2 cruisers and a battleship heading straight for him. Both those guys. Capping B, they're not paying attention luckily enough. Fucking Murmansk is only at 374 hit points. But nobody is shooting him. Oh, they got him. My problem is, they also got our other ship, and that ship is up against the edge of the map, I do believe. So he's screwed because his engine is at nothing, and he's an easy target. I asked why they went so far north, but they never responded. And you know how that is. People just don't even care once they're screwed and dead. All right, so recap B. We can see there's a battleship, a cruiser, and a battleship all up there on the north side. That battleship's over here somewhere. Cruiser's there, and the other battleship's over here. Trying to turn around here, but the New Mexico was right there. I didn't want to cut him off or even ram into him, so I just powered back, put it in full reverse, cut the rudder back to the other side so I can spin back around, start heading up towards C while these guys are paying attention to this. And you'll see the stupidity of this guy in New Mexico. I kept telling him, another guy kept telling him, don't die, just hide, let the end of the round come, we'll win. Doesn't fucking listen. This becomes a massive clusterfuck. Okay, so the Murmansk is right there. New Mexico's past me. Murmansk is shooting at him. I'm too close to this guy. Overshots on New Mexico are about to hit my right in the rear. Took out my engine. Had to use a repair for that. Already hit. He probably knows I'm there. I'm just going to try and hit him a few times with my HE so I can take a gunfire off New Mexico. Luckily enough, that guy is shooting the back of the island. I smoked out, hid the New Mexico, I would suspect because the Mexico can't see him. I don't know why the hell this Nuremberg came in here. He should have just stayed on the evac side. So we got Nuremberg and New Mexico in there, and a whole bunch of torpedoes coming through there. And one hits New Mexico. Look, that doesn't do massive damage, but it does pretty good damage. Nuremberg's in there with him. I said, don't cluster fuck up. But unfortunately, they clustered up. Don't bunch up. Unfortunately, they're clustering up in there and getting wrecked hard. And what do you expect? I mean, people think they see an easy kill, and it's not. I mean, you can see there's a battleship. There's a battleship back there, and the Murmansk right in there. Fuso and the Murmansk right there, and they both have shots on both those guys. Just ridiculous. You just keep on plugging through there for some unknown reason. Alright, so we got 5 minutes left.
Battle ends in 5 minutes.
The new 5-minute warning that was implemented in 5.1 kicked in. Murmansk is in there capping B. Hopefully that New Mexico can get the guns around and start shooting him, but I don't think he's firing AP for some unknown reason. He could have probably one-shot that Murmansk at this point if he just got his guns on him, because you can see he's turned almost broadside. I'm Captain C. Fuso's right there. Luckily I'm out of range. They can't see that I'm in there. I mean, they know I'm there, but they don't know where I am in there. They're resetting them, but not enough. I don't know what the hell did New Mexico... Oh. And there goes the Nuremberg. Murmansk just wrecked the hell out of him. New Mexico... I don't know what he's doing. He could have killed the Murmansk by now with some AP shots. New base capture deal there. You get more XP for capturing and defending bases. And credits, I believe. New thing implemented in 5.1, apparently. And it kind of shows in XP when you get a victory. Hell, even when I lost on one of the rounds earlier, I've still made almost 1,200 XP off of a loss. And I didn't even do that well. But I did defend the bases several times. Alright, so there we go. I said get in cover, Mike. That's Mike's Folly 36 over there. And then Mexico, say get in cover, stay in cover, don't die. Who gives a crap that the Murmansk has low HP? Don't kill yourself. We will lose. Excuse me. They just capped B. We're still up 919 to 758. We still have 2 caps. Dropping torpedoes there just in case the Murmansk comes through there. I got the range to cover that exit on this side. Telling Mike, stay alive, don't die. We need to finish this round without dying, or it'll screw us over. But what does this guy do? Hey, I'm going to drive right around the corner. Oh, there's New Mexico down there. It's almost full health. I'm going to drive towards that thing. Oh, and you remember that Murmansk that's in here? Yeah, I'll drive over here so he can shoot me too. Oh, and there's a Fuso too. There's 3 ships that can shoot me. Luckily enough, the Murmansk isn't down here. And this is where it's going to save me. Because, watch that Fuso. We'll cut over here to the Fuso. Crap, it just disappeared. Keep an eye on this Fuso. I'm going to zoom in as soon as I get it. As soon as I get to that point. I can't even actually do it here. There we go. I'm just gonna let you see it from my perspective. Okay, Fuso's right there. Take a look at the gun. What's that Fuso doing? Fuso's driving right towards the edge. Oh, and he beached. Guess what? Narrow spread torpedoes, keeping him behind his white line there because he's gonna be backing off the beach there. 2 spreads of torpedoes. Fuso's right there, New Mexico, and Fuso are on both sides of our New Mexico, and he's dead. All he had to do was head straight out to the southeast down here, and he would have kept himself alive. But no, he didn't listen to anything of the shit. Now, aggravate there. You can watch. This guy's going fucking crazy. Okay, my torpedoes are heading down there. You can see my torpedoes. I don't know where that Fuso is. Hoping he's staying right there. And he's dead. And oh shit! Look, there's a Murmansk. The Murmansk is right there, and he knows I'm coming. And he just lit me on fire, and he's wrecking the shit out of me. Pop my smoke. Hit my engine boost. Drive straight through the smoke. Pop the smoke behind me and drive straight back away out of it, so that you don't get spotted because your smoke is always covering you from behind. When you really want to get away from somebody and you're too close in with a destroyer, you pop that smoke, you head directly away from them and keep your smoke behind you. They will never see you. As Jingles points it out, that smoke comes out in big bursts. Here we go. We're down to 6 seconds, 987. 970, 982. Oh my god! So yeah, that was my closest round ever in in a down to the wire match. It was really the closest round ever that I've ever played. Because, I mean, look at that. We got down to 1 second, and if that had lasted a couple seconds longer, they would have won. It was 97-92. They were 970, and they jumped to 92 because they had all 3 of the caps at the last minute there. Because that Mermansk got in there and capped that last point right before the end of the match. But luckily, I got those torpedoes into that Fuso and sank his ass right before we got to that point. Otherwise, we would have lost. So, yay me. Not saying I was a great player on that team, but results speak for themselves. So, victory, 220,422 credits, 7,747 XP, 180 free XP, 33 hits with guns, 2 torpedo hits, which only the torpedo hits out of all that I fired went to that Fuso and sunk him before getting past stations. 1 fire, that was on the destroyer near the beginning, flooding 2 base caps, which that was C and B when I went back to recap it from those guys. 1 sinking from that Fuso, and that was it for my damage done that game. Funnily enough, top of the list, and barely made more XP than a losing team Murmansk, which that Murmansk must have done a whole load of damage on a losing team to make 1,623 base XP on a loss. Freaking crazy. Even the closest one on my team was 1131. I mean, look at that, 1623, and the closest guy on his team was 915. He must have been wrecking hard that entire round. Cheers to you, Bacon XL. AP shells, none. I wasn't even firing AP out of those guns, even though they're 130s. 14,000 on HE, and most of that was done on those destroyers that I was fighting during the beginning. Fire set 736. That was the one that I set on the destroyer that the other destroyer on my team killed. 2 torpedo hits for more damage, but almost as much damage as I did total with just the guns. Or actually more damage. No, you're right. I was right the first time. Almost as much damage as I did with the guns total. And the credits next be received 220,000 after repairs, 210,785, and 3,747 XP on the back end. So that's the down to the wire game, best one I've ever had so far. Not as many sinkings, but just how close it came at the very end there. Hopefully you enjoy this, guys. If you do, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you next time.